Hello everyone. So students, today now we are going to discuss about the data types which are used to store sequence of values in Python, like list, string, tuples and dictionaries. Students, up till now we have in our revision video classes we have studied about the basic concepts of Python. Okay, the way how is the basic syntax used, then what are decision making statements, what are looping statements, and what are jump statements. All these things we have discussed up till now in our previous videos. Okay, now I want to revise the sequential data types, or the data types, the types which are used to store sequence of values like lists, strings, tuples, dictionaries with you all, because these four types you have studied in detail in your last year syllabus also, and this year also they are important as far as your understanding is concerned, and also as far as the examination questions are concerned. Okay, you can be assured that at least one question will come from the revision of these four data types in your exam. So you have to prepare all these four types very properly. You have to revise them actually, because you have studied them last year also. So I will discuss them in a little bit detail here, so that the content which I have studied last year, that will be revised. Okay, so list, I have told you before also, it is a collection of items and each item has its own index value. So indexing is done in a list. Indexing, I have told you, indexing is done in two types. Okay, forward indexing and the backward indexing. So forward indexing is positive, it starts from 0. The first item in the list will be with index 0, and then it will go on to the, if there are n elements in the list, then the indexing will be up till 0 to n minus 1. Okay, and then the negative indexing is from -1 up till n. If the n is the number of elements in the list, then the negative indexing is from -1 up till -n. Okay, it is in the reverse order. So it means that the last value will have the negative index as -1. Okay, and the first value will have the negative index as -n. Okay, it is very simple to understand. Now we come on to the second slide. Now all of you have known how, you have studied previously also how to create a list. Okay, so lists are enclosed in square brackets. How do you create a list? By enclosing a sequence of values in square brackets, and each item is separated by a comma. Okay, in this way these are three examples of list. In the first list we are having composite type of values, means what? First two values of this list are strings, English and Hindi, and the last two values, or you can say the third and fourth value, are numeric values. Okay, and then second type of string we are having all values are numeric values, numbers only, 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. Okay, in the third list we are having a list of strings which are actually, they are single valued strings. Okay, A, B, C and D, these are four strings. Okay, now iterating through a list. Okay, now list elements can be accessed by looping them using a for loop. Okay, just see this simple example given here. It is list, the 359 is a list. Now what we are going to do here, for I in range 0 comma length list. See, len is a function which is used for returning the number of values in the list. Okay, number of elements in the list. So what is how we are running this program here? See, for I in range, see how what values will I take here? This I will take the values in the range from 0 to len list -1. Why? Because the last value in the range is always ignored. It is not included in the range. Okay, here the last value in the range is length list. Length list means what? Like for example, there are 10 values in the list, that means the length, the range will be from 0 to 10. But this means that we will have the actual index from, actual values will be from 0 to n only. Okay, the last value which will be 10 in that case will be ignored. Okay, so here there are three values. So what is the range here? That here len list will be 3 here. So range is 0 comma 3. 0 comma 3 means I will be in the range 0, 1 and 2. Okay, it will take the values 0, 1 and 2. Okay, the 0 index means 3, 1 index means 5 and second index means 9. So here you can see the output is given here. It is very simple to understand also. Now list slicing, it is again very important concept. Okay, it is very important for your exam also. Many conceptual questions will come. Last year also I had given a question to you all based on list slicing. Okay, so what is there? See, here it is a list. See, what is actually a slicing? Slicing means dividing a list into its components. Okay, list elements can be accessed in subparts. A list slice is a part of a list. Okay, how do we divide a list into parts? By slicing it. Slicing means cutting into different parts. Okay, now here for example we have a list of 5 elements. Okay, I, N, D, I and A. Okay, so what we are going to do here, see, first of all, we in the first print statement we have taken the list slice as 0 to 3. So actually what we do in the list slice, we specify the range in the list slice. Okay, we specify the range where we have a start value, where we have a stop value. Like in the case of range, Here also the last value will not be considered. Okay, if you are having the slicing as from 0 colon 3, 0 colon 3 means what? We have the range from 0 to 2. Okay, and the 3 will be ignored. Okay, whatever is top value, we take the one value before that. We don't include the start, we don't include the stop value or the end value. Okay, in the list slice. Again, see in the second example here, I think first one is clear to you all. See, in the first example, we have the range 0 1 2. So 0 means 1, 0 the index is 1 is at sorry, I is at 0th index, I then n is at first index, and d is at the second index. Okay, in the second example of the slice, what is there? See, in the slice mentioning these three, see, actually we can have three things, three values in the slice. One is the start value, the second is stop value, and the third value is the step size also. But here what is there? All these three are optional. Okay, so in this case, what we have done, we have taken only one value. We have specified only one value in the list slice. Okay, this is the start value. Okay, list 3 then colon then without any value, colon then blank means what? We are going to start from the third index, and since we haven't specified any end value or an index in the second example, in the second slicing, so what will happen here? We will start from the third element, third index element, and then we will go on to cover all the elements, all the remaining elements of the slide. Okay, of this list. Okay, it means it started from the third index element, which is I. It will go on to the last element, which is A in this case. Okay, if there were more elements also after A, all these elements would have included, all these elements would have been included in this slice of 3 without any start ending value. Okay, so the second is the second slice is clear to all of you, I think. Okay, what is there in this? The third index, which is I in this case. Okay, and I and A, which is after that third index, which is 4. So this 3 comma 4 index will be included in this list slice. Okay, now in the last example here, third example, print list, then within the list square bracket we haven't specified any start value or the end value. In this case, when we don't specify any start or end value for the list slicing, then what will happen? It will take the whole list as a slice. Okay, if you are not specifying any start value and stop value also, and then what will happen? In that case, all the elements of the slice will be taken as, all the elements of the list will be considered as a single slice. Here in the third example, in the third output, in the third print output, what we will get? We'll get the full list as it is. Okay, the full list will be treated as a single slice. Okay, now updating a list. How we can update a list? Updating list means changing the values of the list. Okay, we can update single or multiple elements of the list. See, why is it possible? Because lists are mutable. Okay, tuples are immutable. Okay, that is why we can't update a tuple, but we can update a list. Okay, now we can update single or multiple elements of list by giving the slice on the left hand side of the assignment operator. Okay, we can see there are two sides of the assignment operator. On the left hand side we can have any variable, on the right hand side we usually mention the value of the variable. Similarly, we can have the list slice on the left hand side of the assignment operator, and we can have any value on the right hand side. In this way we can update, we can set any new value for the elements of our list. We see the example given here. In this list we have 4 values. English, Hindi are 2 strings, and then we have 2 numerical values, 1997 and 2000. Okay, then we are in the print statement here. What we are doing, we are first printing the value which is available at index 2. In this case, index 2 means the third value, which is 1997. Okay, in the first output you see it is 1997, it is displayed there. Then in the third line, see here what we have done, list 2 colon 3. Here 2 colon 3 is the slicing of the list. 2 colon 3 means what? Which value you want? See, again I'm reminding you, 2 colon 3 means what? We will be including only second value. Okay, because the last value is not included. So 3 will not be included in this slice. Only one value is there in this slice. Okay, which is list 2. So here, but here what we are doing, after the assignment statement we have written 2 values. So in this case, what will happen? These 2 values will not be taken. What will be taken? It will be updated as a single value. So here what will happen? List 2 will be assigned the value 2001, and 2002, which is second value, will be ignored because we are having only one value in the slice. Okay, so again see the output here, print a new value available at index 2. So what it is? Index 2 means list 2 is what? It is 2000, which is the updated value which we have updated using the list slice. And again list 3 is the unupdated value, which is again in this case it is 2000 only. Okay, so now this example is clear to all of you, I think. Now adding item to a list. how do we can add an item to a list? We can add an item to a list by using the append method. Okay, append method is used for adding elements at the end of a list. Okay, adding items at the end of a list, existing list. Okay, now see the list here, it is 1 comma 2, and again what we are printing, first we are printing the list in the example before appending. It is a list here, it is only 1 comma 2. Then what we are doing, we are writing list dot append. So using the dot operator, this append function will be used, and whatever value we want to append, which this will be passed within the append function as an argument. Okay, this will be written within the parenthesis as an argument. We will passing this as a parameter or argument to the append function. So here we are passing 3 here. What will be done? This 3 will be appended to the list, which is 1 comma 2 here. Okay, so after appending, the list will be 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay. Now extend method can also be used to add multiple items at a time in a list. Okay, extend means what? See, append is used for adding only single elements. So but extend method can be used to add multiple items at a single time. Okay, the extend method is also very helpful for adding items to a list. Now adding two lists. Adding two lists means what? See here we having two lists. So adding two lists means what? Adding one list at the end of the first list. Okay, we have a list, and what we are doing, we are adding all the elements of the second list at the end of the first list. See, we are having a first list as list is equal to 1 comma 2, and list 2 is second list. So what we are doing in list 3 is the third list, and what we are doing in list 3, we are adding the two lists, list 1 and list 2, and then the addition of list and list 2 will be assigned into the list 3. Okay, what is this plus operator doing here? Plus operator is used here for adding the two lists. What it will do, it will simply add the two lists, and here we are printing list 3, which is output. What our output will get here? It will be 1 2 3 4, which is the addition of the two lists, list and list 2. Okay. Now deleting item from a list. See, there are different methods of deleting item from a list, but simplest method is by using the list, by using the del statement or the del keyword. Okay, so here for example we are having a list here 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, and how we are deleting the elements of the list? By using the del operator, the del keyword here. Okay, so del keyword, using del keyword, what we can do, we can delete any particular element of the list. Okay, how we specify the element which is to be deleted? By specifying the index of the element. Okay, like for example you want to delete the element at index 1. Okay, so what we are written here, we have written here del then list 1 within the square bracket. It means that the first index element we want to delete, or the second element in the list we want to delete. Okay, so here it is second in this case. So what will happen? We will see that first of all, before deletion, we have printed 1 2 3 as a list. Now after we have deleted the second element, which is 2, then the list after deletion will be 1 comma 3, which is being displayed in the output here. Okay, now again one more example you can see at the bottom here, del then list 0 2. So here we are not specifying the single element, we can also specify the slice along with the del operator, along with the del keyword. Del keyword can also be delete a list, a full slice from a list. The del keyword can also be delete a list slice from the list. It can also be used for deleting a part of a list by using list slice. Like in this case we have specified here list, then we have specified a slice here 0 colon 2. 0 colon 2 means 0 and 1. The element at 0 index and the element at the first index means both 1 and 2 we want to delete. Okay, the first two items we want to delete here. So again, see what happened in this case. What output we will get here? We will get only 3 as the output in our list. Okay, then del list. Del list means if you're not specifying any slice or any single index, if you are specifying the whole, if you write the whole if you write the name of the list after del keyword, then what will happen? It will delete the full list. The entire list will be deleted in this third case. Okay, now it is very clear to all of you. There are other methods also from deleting the elements from the list, like pop is there. Okay, remove is there. These are all other elements. These are other methods also for removing deleting elements from the list. This is not the only method, but I am discussing here just for the revision purpose. Okay, now basic list operations. Okay, so you can see the basic list operations given here. Like we are giving the list here, len 4 comma 2. See, len function is used for determining the length of the list. So what this expression will return? This len expression will return the length of this list, which is 3 in this case. The result which you get here is 3. Here it is the length of the list here. In the second row, you can see here what we are doing. We are using a plus operator for concatenation. Concatenation means adding the two lists here. First here 4 to 3 will be added to the second list. second list which is 1 comma 5 comma 6 by using the concatenation. Then again cs, again it is cs, then exclamation, it is a list here. Okay, it is a list here, which is which is and here what we are doing here, we are, see this star operator is used as a, you can say it is a repetition operator or the replication operator. Okay, it is also known as a replication operator also. So this repetition operator does what? See, if you are having a list here and we are using this repetition operator, and we are after the repetition operator, if we write a numerical value, like in this case we are writing 4 here, cs into 4, cs exclamation then into 4. What does it mean? That cs exclamation is a list here, and what we are going to do here, this list is having only single element. Okay, so what if you use the repetition operator here like in this way, then what will happen? Whatever value we are giving after the repetition operator, that value in that element in the list will be repeated that number of times. Here we have written 4 here, so here this list element, this single element list will be repeated 4 times here. Now we will having 4 elements in the list. Okay, you can say that this in this case. Okay, it is very simple. Now in operator, in I've told you before also, in is the membership operator. Okay, what it does, if you write 3 in 4 comma 2 comma 3, what will the membership operator will do? This membership operator will check for the presence of 3 in this list. It will check whether 3 is present in this list or not. In this case it is present, it is a third element, so what it will return? It will return true in this case. Okay, now the last one is iteration. How to iterate the list? We can iterate by using the for along with the in operator. Okay, for x in 4 comma 2 comma 3 means what? Here we are using for loop. This x will hold the values 4 and 4, 2 and 3 one by one. Okay, in each iteration what it will do, in the first iteration it will hold the value 4, in the second iteration it will hold 2, and third iteration it will hold the third value which is 3 in this case. Okay, and the same in this loop what we are doing, we are printing the value here only. Okay, with space in between. So what it will do, it will print the 3 values one by one in this case. Okay, this is an example of iteration in your list. Now these are the important methods. Again we can revise them in the table here. Okay, this is a very important table. List.append function, it is used for adding an item at the end of the list. List.extend is used for adding multiple items at the end of the list. Okay, list.insert is used for inserting an item at a defined index. So at a defined index, appending means what? At the end of the list, but insertion means at any specified index you can insert within the list also. Okay, and within the list, add between any two elements, just by specifying the index you can insert any particular element in the list by using the list.insert function. Okay, now the fifth one is the list.remove. List.remove will remove an item from the list. Then del, using del keyword, del list and index, it will whatever index we are specifying here, that index element will be removed from the deleted from the list by using the del keyword. Then list.clear, it will empty all the list. List.clear means what? All it will for whatever elements that list will be holding, all those elements will be cleared. Now this list will become an empty list. Okay. Now list.pop will do what? It will remove an item at a defined index. So list.pop means what? Here you have to specify an index in the pop function. So whatever index we are specifying, that element at the defined index will be removed and it will be returned by the pop function. Okay, so whatever index will specify, that element it will remove from the list and it will also return that element to us. Returning means what? We can access that element which is being removed from the list by using the pop function. Okay, now list.index, it will return the particular value. It will return the index of the first matched item. Okay, first matched item means what? See, here we are specifying the item here which we want to match in the list. Okay, we want to see whether that particular item is present in the list or not. So that particular item we have to pass within the index function. So that index function will do what? It will search for the occurrence of that item in the list, and whatever is the first occurrence of the item in the list, or whatever is the first matching of the item, then what it will do? It will return the index of the first occurrence of that item in the list. Okay, so it means that, for example, if there are 3 elements, we are writing the list consisting of 3 elements 3, 4 and 5, and we are writing here list.index 5. It means that it will search for the first occurrence of the list of the element 5 in the list. In this case it is 2. So it will return that index, whatever index is at the first occurrence, it will return that index to us by using this index function. Okay, now list.sort, as it is clear by the name itself, it is used for sorting the elements of the list. It can sort the items of the list in ascending or descending order. Now list dot reverse, what it will do, it will reverse the items of the list. Then len list function, what it will do, it will return the total length of the list. Then max list does what, it returns the item with the maximum value in the list. Okay, then min function again, it is similar to max also, it will return the item with the minimum value. And then list, then sequence. Okay, here what we are doing, within the list function we can pass any sequence. It could be any tuple also, it could be string also, it could be any set, or it could be dictionary also. Okay, all these types of values we can pass within the list function, and whatever sequence you pass in the list function, that sequence will be converted into the list. Okay, initially for example, if you pass a tuple into the list function, then that tuple will be converted into a list. If you pass a string into the list function, then that string will be converted into a, all the elements of the string will be converted into the list. Okay, those elements of the list will now be converted into the elements of the list. Okay.